All right, so we're just gonna do a real quick video. Just busy time. I just wanted to really quick jump in here. The NBA Cup is set. The knockout stage has been set. So we are looking at a very dynamic group of teams that were able to survive. 4 games in their Group A, Group B, and Group C, and one winner from each group and one wild card from each conference. So Golden State lost a great opportunity. I think they were going to be first or second had they beaten the Nuggets last night, and the Nuggets had the only thing that they had to win was a regular season game, and they've been struggling, so that win was very important for them. With Golden State losing, they dropped all the way down to the 4th seed, and they're gonna be on the road. Instead of having a home game, they're gonna be on the road against a very dangerous Houston team. Golden State is not looking good. They are not playing well as of late. It's Steph Curry or bust for that team, as it always is, but it's getting more so that they can't even seem to function now like they did the last few years without Curry on there. I don't know what happened. They started very hot. They were the best team in the NBA. They beat Boston in Boston. So now they can't even win a game against a struggling Denver Nuggets team. So it's going to be a rough set. The Rockets have been on fire. They are a vicious defensive team with Ime Udoka leading the way. So, I mean, in one regard, it's a one-game win or go home type of situation. Golden State has championship experience. Draymond was injured against the Nuggets. I don't know if he's going to play this game. These games start next Tuesday and Wednesday. So I don't know if he's going to have time. If he is back, they should be able to counter some of that defensive energy. If he's not there, I don't think they have a shot. So it's going to be very interesting. I feel like that's a pick 'em at that point. But if I had a gun to my head, I will say Golden State because of their championship pedigree and Houston's youth and inexperience in these big type of games. I think Golden State has a hair of an advantage here. So we'll see how it goes. On the other West Coast, I guess Western Conference quarterfinals knockout stage, and this, if you win, you go to Vegas, and the conference finalists and the championship is in Vegas. They are obviously prepping for a Las Vegas team to go there. We have OKC versus Dallas. This is a rematch of the second round of NBA playoffs last year. OKC wants revenge. They have Isaiah Hartenstein, which they didn't have last year, and he was playing a pivotal role in the physical Eastern Conference for the Knicks. So they are going to have a big. They do not have Chet Holmgren. They have kind of been muddling. They've won a lot of games, don't get me wrong, but I don't feel like they have, and they're the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. I don't feel they have been like absolutely dominating in the first 20 games of the season. The Mavericks have also muddled. Luka Doncic has had conditioning issues again, so they have struggled. The Mavericks have struggled to get a footing. They have not been great, but again, just like the playoffs, they are a top team. They have made it. They made it to the NBA Finals last year. Are they in OKC's head? Could they win this? OKC, they're gonna have to win in OKC, and OKC's already beaten them. Klay Thompson has been injured. Quentin Grimes has been playing really well. PJ Washington has been playing well. Daniel Gafford has been injured. So I just feel like there's too many in and outs with the Mavericks. I know that the OKC Thunder are missing Chet Holmgren, and that's a very important piece. I like OKC to kind of get revenge here. They're a cocky group. They're young. They've been a little bit erratic, but not as much as the Mavericks. So I'm going to give OKC the slight edge here. And again, these are very close. This may go down. These 2 conference championships in the West as a whole has been very close this year. So I would say even 1 or 2 possessions potentially between both quarterfinals in the Western Conference. On the East, the Bucks have been shocking. I don't know how they went 4-0 in group play. Well, I know. They had the Pistons, who were their main rivals, at 3-0, and they had a must-win game. They have been playing better. They have not had Chris Middleton. The Magic have been without Paolo Banchero. They got exposed last night against the Knicks, and we actually called them when we played in 2K because we beat them by 30, and the Knicks also won by 30. Well, if they didn't pull their starters, they would have won by 30. And there was a threat that the Magic were not going to make it. As long as the Magic didn't lose by 37, they were going to make it. And they were down at one point by 36, 35 points. So they don't have offense. They don't have shooting. I don't know how they went on a 9-game winning streak. The East is that weak and tired. But the Magic look to bounce back. I still give the edge to the Magic. They're going to want to bounce back. They're a young, physical team. The Bucks have not faced anybody of consequence. I don't feel that they've beaten anybody spectacular in this run. So I give an edge to the Magic to win against the Bucks. But you got Giannis in a 1-game knockout situation. Giannis could drop 60. I just feel like the Bucks are so old. I don't know. I don't like their lateral quickness. I feel like Franz has been playing really well. Even in that blowout loss to the Knicks, it was a 30-point loss. And they're going in Milwaukee. I still like the Magic, but again, this is another situation where either one can go. I'm sorry, it's really hard to pick. And even the Knicks and the Hawks, and going into that other quarterfinal game, it's going to be at the Garden. The Hawks already beat Cleveland twice. They've beaten the Celtics in Boston without Trae Young. They've beaten the Knicks already this year handily. So I honestly, and the Knicks have been playing better as of late. They have won 8 out of their last 10 games, if I'm not mistaken. They're getting into a rhythm. How are they going to stop that offensive movement? Quinn Snyder has the Hawks playing really, really well. I want to give a slight edge to the Hawks. I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of worried about that game. I don't know the Hawks' road record offhand, but if you win in Boston without your best player in Trae Young, your offensive engine, and shout out Dyson Daniels. Dyson Daniels is looking like he's going to be first-team All-NBA. The Pelicans screwed up again. I cannot believe that they traded for DeJounte Murray. They have the worst record in the NBA, and he is shining with Atlanta. Jalen Johnson has been an absolute stud. They got Bogey coming off the bench. They got a deep bench now. You cannot leave this team open. You cannot have live ball turnovers with this team. I think they're number 1 in steals and fast break points. They have been absolutely spectacular. And it looks bad for DeJounte Murray that it feels like they have gotten better without you, way better. So the Hawks are quite impressive. That was the toughest group. To have Cleveland, Boston in your group and to come out on top, I don't know any other team that would have been able to have done that. The Pacers were an absolute joke. So I'm having the Hawks as the favorite here. I really am. I think the Knicks are going to have trouble stopping them. The Knicks are number 1 in offensive rating, but they are number 20 in defense, and Atlanta will slice you up. You know, Trae Young loves playing in the Garden. I have the Hawks as the favorite there. So we'll see what happens. I wouldn't be shocked again if the Knicks win, but I do think the Hawks are the betting favorites here. So yeah, and if we go on to the second round, if the Knicks are able to pass and squeak by the Hawks, I think they can beat the Magic as they showed before and the Bucks. So I think the Knicks' toughest test on this side of the ledger is going to be the Hawks. This is a rough matchup for them. But I think they can easily beat either Milwaukee or Orlando. If Atlanta beats the Knicks, I think the size of Milwaukee, I don't know how. Well, they have Onyeka Okongwu and they have Clint Capella, so maybe they'll be able to slow down Giannis a little bit, but then who's going to slow down Brook Lopez? I think the physicality of Orlando might also be an issue for Atlanta, because Atlanta loses against really bad teams, but then beats really good teams, so who knows? So we'll see what happens there. On the Western side, OKC should be able, if they're able to pass Dallas, their nemesis from the playoffs, should be able to beat Houston or Golden State pretty easily. So although I picked Atlanta as the favorites to beat the Knicks, if the Knicks are able to come out, I'm not going to be shocked if I had to guess to say that it's going to be the Thunder against the Knicks in the championship in Las Vegas. I think that's going to be a very fun matchup. We'll see who wins. Dallas against New York would be fun too. But we'll see. We don't know. The Pacers made it out last year and nobody picked them to beat Boston. They beat Boston. Nobody picked them to beat Milwaukee, and they beat Milwaukee. They beat both favorites. So this might be a situation with the Hawks, and they make a run as the underdog. Golden State, I don't know if they have a shot. Even if they beat Houston, I cannot see them beating Dallas or OKC. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be fun. The games start next Tuesday and Wednesday, so we shall see. This is going to be exciting. In the meantime, the regular season is going to continue. The Knicks, I think, play 3 games before the Cup, so it should be fun, and the other teams are going to play their games. So it's a great time to be alive. Anywho, it's just a quick video. Like I said, I will see you guys on the next one.